Now, probably you've been watching me for quite a long time, or maybe you're watching me for the first time. Now, here with me are 5 favorite investments that I personally, as Joseph, I love them. And guess what? You can go ahead and pick any, or you can just pick all of them because they're my favorite. And there is a special reason why I've reserved the investment option number 5. What does it mean? Just stick around with me, watch this video to the end so that you understand why have I reserved it at the end. Because honestly speaking, well, it's under my favorite couple. Favorite of the couple. Guess what? Go ahead and hit that subscription button so to be notified whenever I upload a new good video, because I do each and every day. And turn that notification bell, hit that like button, smash the like that button like nobody's business. Leave me a comment on the comment section. Tell me where you're watching me from. Did you get something out of it? And by the way, guess what? On the comment section, tell me what are your favorites and which one do you have now. And if you do not have any, let me know. Okay, fine. I know you're like, okay, I just want to know 5. Okay, fine. Let's get the business now. Here we are. Now, the business number 1, or the investments number 1, as far as the investments is concerned, as far as my favorite investments is concerned. Of course, I know you know, and I know you expect me to tell you that. Yes, if you've been watching for quite a long time, MMF, it's the very first thing that I do when it comes to investments. And there is a reason. By the way, I'm going to explain each and every reason why I take that investment as my favorite. Okay, now, my MMF is one business, or rather is one investment that fall under the basket of my favorite. Why is it my favorite? Why? Because MMF is like, it's this thing that you can have it. You can actually take it as a long-term investment. You can take it as a short-term investment. You can use it as an emergency fund. You can use it as a current account. And emergency fund is that thing that can actually assume any shape of your investment. It's a thing that can actually be, you know why? Because I just love the liquidity nature of the money market fund. You can withdraw your money at any given moment. At the same time, that money makes you interest each and every day. So I can put my money in a 1 week or 2 weeks. I get my interest, I get up. Like, damn, it's just a so nice thing to have. And it's not complicated to get started with. You just need to have like 3 documents, your ID, your KRA pin, and then you can open an account on a boom, you get started. So MMF, and then is that thing that you can actually use it as a layer of protection. You can throw your emergency fund out there. I mean, it's just a thing like, how can I even say? By the way, do you know what they say? Canada is the most loved country on earth. Like, nobody hates Canada. You know, but the market fund is that country that almost nobody hates it. It's like, yo, it's just an amazing thing, you know. I just love its nature, you know, the regulation point, you know, how secured your money it is, because they are regulated in Kenya. They're regulated by CMA, that is Capital Market Authority of Kenya. You know, the money market fund, it has the trustee, it has the custodian. So even if the company itself goes down, the trustee and the custodian can I don't find, why would you even hate it? And if you'd like to get started on a money market fund, it's simple, and you have a zero idea, my number is on the description of this specific video. How about you grab that number, shoot me a call. I can send you my booklet that I wrote. It's about money market fund, and it's 280 shillings, and you can get all the information that you need on the money market fund. It's as simple as that. All right, let's get into the business now. Okay, now we go to the business number 1, or the investment number. Why am I keep on saying business? Let's go to the investment number 1, number 2. Now, number 2, this is when we have things, we call them the bills, or the treasury bills. Okay. Treasury bills and bonds, it simply means lending government your money. I'm not going to explain that. If you've been watching my videos, or if you haven't, go check my other videos. You can get this information. So why bills? Why bills? First of all, don't forget this. Money market fund gives you the liquidity. Liquidity means that you can access your money at any given moment. And that money was not idle somewhere. That money was actually giving birth. That money was actually pregnant, and it was in a maternity, it was giving birth. So it's an amazing tool that you can use to grow your money, at the same time to access it at any given moment. So your liquidity is 100% at any given moment. Bills also gives you the liquidity, but it's a little bit, you know, that's a funny wasp. I don't know where it came from. Now, bills is that thing like, how can I even say it? It doesn't give you that liquidity at any given moment, but you know one thing, at the end of the year, I'll be liquid. Why? Bills, they never go beyond 1 year. I'm regarding to the Kenyan law, that does not go beyond one. I'm not saying that you can never invest for more than 1 year as far as the bills are concerned. No, bills are divided into three categories. We have the 91 days, 182 days, and also we have the bills that goes for 1 year. All right. Now, with that case regard, then it means bills is that thing that you can say, hey, guess what? This money, I don't want it, let's say for the next 3 months. I'm not going to use this money for the next 3 months. So let me just throw that cash into that bill for 3 months for that 91 days. After the 91 days, I get back my money. And of course, I get the baby money out of that. So you may not be liquid for the next 3 days or rather 3 months, but you're going to be in after 3 months. Or you can be like, guess what? I'm going to throw that money for the next 6 months and I'm going to get that money. So I'm going to be liquid. It's like, okay, fine. You know what? Yeah, I don't have money now, but in 6 months time, I'm going to have an X amount of money, obviously plus the interest and such kind of a thing. So when you have a combination of both bills and, or rather the money market fund and the bills, you'll be like, on this category of investments, I'm liquid at any given moment. And obviously, that's where I'll put a huge chunk of my cash anyway. And the other side of the bills, I'll be like, there is another huge chunk of cash on the other side, but I'm not liquid as of now, but I'm liquid in phases. In after 3 months, in after 6, or in after 1 year. So for me, it gives me a very, very good combination as far as the diversification is concerned. By the way, guess what? Me having all these different, the different investments, it's also a diversification. Okay, and by the way, you need 100K to start on the bills. You need less than 5,000 to start on a money market fund. Even 100 shilling, you can get started. Let's go to the point number 3, or the investment number 3. Investment number 3, this is when we talk about the stocks or shares, depends on your English. Stocks or shares, in this case regard, then, this is a thing that you invest on. You know very well, in terms of the risk, stocks or shares are a little bit higher, okay? My favorite thing is that about stock is that, well, I know one thing. There are chances of me making a little bit of high amount of money using the stocks route. And again, this one, I am not liquid. Truly, I'm not liquid. And what I can say is that I'm looking at it from the lenses of long term. Personally, I'm not employed by the government. So I'm not looking forward one day where I will get the pension, I don't know, retirement benefits and all those. I don't have those. So I have to create my own system where I can be able to have that soft landing by my old age, by God's grace. So therefore, stocks, I look at it from the point of, hey, this one is for long term. Yeah, I know I'm not liquid because when you buy something, when you become owner of that given individual, you're no longer entitled to interest. Because when you talk about the returns of the bills and bonds, or rather the bills, even bonds, bills and money market fund, you talk about the interest. But when you talk about the stocks, you don't talk interest. You talk dividends. You talk what they share with you. You retain the shares with you. So the only way you can become liquid on this is when you liquidate the shares or the stocks that you have so that you can get back your money. So stocks, why is it my favorite? It's my favorite because I can view it from a long term. It gives me the leverage of becoming owners of the biggest companies that we have here in country or even globally, because it's possible to invest, it's possible to buy stocks or shares of international companies who are still in Kenya. It's very much possible. I don't know whether it's possible from your country, but that actually gives me the thing. So if I compare those 3 investments, even before I share the last 2, if I compare those 2, I've already have it's a portfolio that I'm creating. Why? This one is a little bit risky when it comes to the classification of the risk. Then I would say shares falls under the moderate to high risk because the volatility is a little bit high. Therefore, you don't really invest on shares that amount of money that is meant for school fees, meant for paying your bills, meant for other like instant bills and what have you. You invest that money that you're not on a hurry with it and such kind of a thing. Okay, now we go to the point number 4, and point number 4, I'm just gonna go specific and tell you the business. I love pharmacy business. That is a pharmaceutical industry. I love, in Kenya we call them chemists. I don't know how you guys call them from here. We also call them duka la dawa. That's in Swahili, meaning duka la dawa, whatever place where they sell medicine. Anyway, the issue is I just love the business. In short, I used pharmacy as an example. What I wanted to introduce on this basket, I love business. I just love business. Why? Obviously, business will make you money as fast as you can. That's very true. And this is the fastest way to beat poverty. Okay? The earliest way to beat poverty is actually getting a job, getting a skill, getting a job. But the fastest way to beat poverty forever is get yourself into business. I know it's a tricky affair, but we cannot, I mean, business is an amazing thing to get yourself into. And again, if you compare the risk between the stocks and the business, obviously, it's more or less the same, because even in stock, you've bought the shares for the business. So it's kind of the same, but at least you're a bit secured here because there is a system of management and what have you. So this one becomes a little bit riskier, but at the same time, business can actually elevate yourself, or can actually pump, or can actually, give you what you call the cash flow. So business, I love business. Why? Because business, it gives you, it fills that basket of, hey, I have something that brings me money at any given time. Again, that engagement, being there, finding out, it's just a human being, that interactive thing, kills these things, like, what do you call, boredom, or that's kind of a thing. All right, you're just engaged, you're active, you're busy, you're doing 1 2 3. So yeah, I love business. Now we go to the last reserved investment that I love very much, and none other than what we call the real estate. I love real estate. There is a reason why I reserved it at the last option. Why? Because obviously this is a capital intensive engagement. What does it mean? It means that you really need a lot of money to get yourself into this real estate. You need a couple of millions in Kenya, okay? If you're in Uganda, you need a couple of billions anyway. It depends with your exchange rate and what have you. Now, the thing is that when you're in real estate, you need a lot of money. And before you even reach to this particular point, you must go through all these things. Unless you're lucky, maybe you got, I don't know, jackpot or whatever the thing it is, and you have that amount of money. But the point is, this thing needs a good foundation. You need to create all these systems. By the time you reach here, you already have the money. Let's say your business is doing okay, the cash flow from the business is doing okay, but the future of the business, you may never know. And I always tell people, the moment you get yourself into the business, have the exit plan. What is the exit plan? The cash flow that I'm getting from the business, I can channel it towards the real estate. And that case regard, then it means even if something happens on the business, I've created myself a real estate where I'm renting out those whatever, and I'm gonna be living better as time goes by. Okay. And at the same time, it does not hurt when you have the real estate, and you can have two sets of real estate. You can actually have the real estate, and you can as well have what we call the rates. Okay, rates helps you to invest in big projects without you having what we call putting out a lot of money out there. But again, does not mean that you shouldn't put a lot of money, but it helps you to invest. For example, you can start with as low as 5,000 and you can pick it up from there and progress. Now, this is a composition of my 5 areas as far as my favorite investments are concerned. And I bet you can be able to pick something out of the same and do something. I mean, after all, you have to make sure that at least you do something for the sake of your life and also investment. So these are my favorite areas of investments. Oh, I don't know what is yours. Let me see your list on the comment section. I mean, this is that video that I'm going to reply all the texts, or rather all the comments on the comment section. This is Good Joseph speaking. If you would like to get started on either of these areas, you can always grab that number of mine from the description and shoot me a call or text. We can talk business. For now, it's a goodbye and see you in the next one.